drive away. A new report on doping could mean disaster for Russia's Olympic athletes.
Just
Judy Sue, Terrell Brown. Weather with meteorologist Tracy Butler and Varon's traffic.
Maribel Aber live from the NASDAQ in New York this morning. Hey, Maribel.
Hey, good morning, Terrell. First off, stocks ended mixed on Friday with the Dow finishing at a record close while the S&P 500 and NASDAQ fell. Here's a quick look at those closing numbers. You can see here the Dow was up 10 points, NASDAQ was down 4, the S&P was down 2. Today in Tokyo, the Nikkei ended up 111 points, and right now futures are pointing to a higher open. We've got a light week for economic reports with the latest numbers on housing starts and existing home sales due out. So the majority of people are shocked to find out how much is being spent on bank fees. There's a new survey that found that percent from 2010. Elon Musk says Tesla is working to improve its autopilot feature. New Sam's Club stores lets customers scan their purchases with a phone. So you simply scan items with your mobile out of their time on their smartphones. Now, Judy and Terrell, wouldn't it be cool if we got a cashier's discount for those purchases? I mean, we are scanning them, right?
I totally agree.
put that suggestion in. Maribel.
Don't even need the purse or the wallet anymore.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Thanks.
It is 5:13 right now and just ahead of 5:30. Why this week's Republican National Convention will be unlike any before.
Yeah, security recognizers. Trace?
And good morning. Well, we are starting off with mainly dry conditions around much of the Chicago area, but it's still real humid out there. We'll talk more about all of that coming up.
Really cute. An all-new Bachelorette, ABC tonight.
Trump, Clinton, the fight for...
Alrighty, at 5:16, Tracy has been talking about those storms that rolled through overnight.
Yeah, and besides
All right.
That video there from Joe Gensini, who happens to be the cousin of Dr. Victor Gensini, a professor out at College UH, and he's a storm chaser, very renowned in his profession. So his cousin was out there, too. It runs in the family.
Yeah, Jason.
Jason, yeah. Well, good morning. Well, not much in the way of severe weather to chase this morning. What we are seeing, however, this flash flood warning. If you're in Streeter this morning, this does include your area. Those of you around Dwight, you also had some of those high rainfall totals, too. But right now, the current look at the radar is quiet, except well south of Chicago. Here are some of the rainfall totals according to our Doppler rainfall estimates. And you can see here in the city, generally an inch or less. Far northern suburbs, look how sporadic it really was. But it was mainly across those southern suburbs, as much as 5 and 6 inches of rain. Portions of Kankakee, southern Grundy County, and LaSalle counties. Now, of course, in Wisconsin, southern Wisconsin, some of the northern suburbs, you were first to get some of those storms yesterday. This picture came to us from Thomas Patrick, capturing that Herscher funnel right there. Never really did make contact with the ground. You see the wind farm there, too. A bigger look at that, and thanks to Thomas for sending that picture in. But the storm reports still include reports of some large hail over in northern Indiana. There you see around Cherville, some pea-sized hail, some strong gusty winds, and also those funnel cloud reports, too. But what we're looking at this week and what is going to end up being the big story, the heat. High temperatures for the next few days, mainly in the 80s. Wednesday, we start to get that heat building. We'll probably be upper 80s here on Wednesday. Then by Friday, it's looking like hottest weather since September of 2013 comes our way here on Friday. So hottest weather in almost 3 years. 71 degrees right now at O'Hare. AccuWeather still cites that dew point of 69 degrees. Currently 70 in McHenry, 72 in Antioch, 70 degrees in Lombard and St. Charles, 70 in Coal City, 72 degrees in Pontiac, and 67 degrees right now in Valparaiso. So our skies here, mainly cloudy right now, but in the city of Cleveland, yeah, some big doings in Cleveland this week, and they are getting some stormy conditions there this morning. Well, this morning here in Chicago, it is still quite humid. Sun up at 5:32. So a fair amount of cloud cover this morning. We'll see a mix of clouds and sun this afternoon. And a lake breeze will kick in. Those high temperatures today up into the mid-80s. Tomorrow, beautiful day, less humid, warming up here Wednesday. And then that extreme heat really kicks in here. Starting Thursday, we hit 90s, mid, possibly upper 90s in spots come Friday, Roz.
Opportunity to talk about some new construction that's scheduled to get underway in Joliet later on this morning. Westbound US 30, they're scheduled to close it over the Des Plaines River. They need to do some bridge repairs, painting, cleaning, things like that. And they're going to have westbound just over the river, all the way in through fall. So they will have a posted detour to help get you around that. Just plan on it. Give yourself a little bit of extra time. Take a look outside of the Kennedy Expressway. Drive in this morning because with those heavy rains, they canceled the majority of the overnight construction, which is good for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll work, Rose. Thanks. It is 5:20. Coming up next in sports, the Cubs try to outmatch a much younger lineup against the Rangers. We'll see how that turns out in Seattle.
Meanwhile, the Bulls, they're doing quite okay as they get ready for the Summer League Championship game. They beat... It is 5:25 right now. Coming up next, the Republican National Convention getting started in just hours. Minus Governor Bruce.
Good morning. Still very muggy around the Chicago area this morning, but for the most part, we don't have any thunderstorms around here. But the heat is going to be on as we head into the latter part of the week. We'll talk much more about that coming up, Rob.
Traffic volume still side, 63rd and Lamont. Chicago police are responding right now. Take a look outside at the Dan Ryan from our South Tower camera. Looked good.
Here's what you just missed on Windy City Live.
Would you ever let a robot deliver your baby?
By the way,
Go ahead, never ready.
by the way.
Val, Lorna. Oh, they're going to get you for that.
That's $20 to whoever drinks that.
Don't miss another moment.
This guy's a country music star.
Another day in
ABC7. Gather the family and play along with Wheel.
Wolves and sheep?
Yeah, that's it. Tonight at 6:30 on ABC7.
When size matters, check out my Maggie.
Comes in 65-inch, 72, 80, or 90. I said 90, Bob.
In tan or chocolate, only $3.99. Only. When I say McKenna, what comes to mind?
A mounted Celtic warrior with fiery red hair.
Nope, my McKenna sofa, only $3.99. With the love seat, $6.99. Add the recliner, all three, only $9.98.
Only at Bob.
Flash flood warning in effect for some parts of our area.
Good morning, everybody. Let's get right to the forecast for you on this Monday. Tracy is in the Weather Center.
Southern Livingston, or Southern LaSalle, and Northern Livingston, Southern Grundy, Southern Kankakee counties still in effect until 6 a.m. That's what happens when you get 5 and 6 inches of rain. Now, no rain here in Chicago right now, and you have to get pretty far south of us to be running into some thunderstorms this morning. 71 degrees in Lincolnshire. It's 67 degrees right now in Crown Point. We'll look for those highs today up into the mid-80s. Judy and Terrell.
Gunman who shot 6 officers in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, killing 3 of them.
What's still not clear this morning is the killer's motivation. Tanya is in the Alert Center tracking breaking developments overnight. Tanya.
Terrell and Judy, here's what we know so far about the gunman. 29-year-old Gavin